All right, I'm glad that you're back with me. Before we do this page though, I want you to watch a video. It's on my playlist and it looks like this. It's called Plot Mountain. Miss East shared it with me. It's a really cute video. It is meant for younger grades, but it talks about everything we just talked about, and you can see the roller coaster. You can see the exposition and the rising action and the climax, and so it explains it. It looks like this. It's really cute. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Oh, the music's really catchy.
If you're going to Plot Mountain, you gotta start somewhere.
Oops, so that's a message from my husband. Sorry about that. All right, so go ahead and watch that and then come back and then we'll fill this out, okay? Makes me want to sing when I hear it. All right, so welcome back, unless you just restarted the video and watched it from the beginning. So this is on the back, it's 177, and it's on the back of this one, which is 176. That was the first page of the packet. Okay. And I would appreciate your name because I'll probably have you send this to me at some point. So go ahead and put your name. Go ahead right now. Quick, go run, find a pencil. Oh, it's not sharpened? Okay, go sharpen it. Oh, no sharpener? A pen's fine. Marker, crayon, but go ahead and put your name. All right, so we talked about this in the video prior, and if we're going to talk about plot, there's different plot events that would lead up to the climax. And sometimes they don't go in order. Sometimes there's flashbacks, sometimes there's foreshadowing, and sometimes there's flash forwards. So in our story, she has a couple flashbacks. She flashes back to boyfriends. In the beginning, she tells us how popular she was at school. In the part we're in now, she talks about her favorite boyfriend, okay, Petal. She flashes back to her granny, because she's the one that she lived with when her dad emigrated first to Amsterdam or to Holland. And then, of course, she talks about Lise in the past and the argument that they got into in their friendship. And then she has that vivid memory that sticks with her. Remember, we talked about it. Sometimes those bad memories will stick with us longer than the good memories. She's out with her mom and sister. I believe there was a dentist appointment and she can't go shopping with them and she's really upset and she has to ride her bike home in the rain. So there are definitely flashbacks, and that supports how she's feeling with Margot and her mom, okay? This Petal comes into how she feels about Peter. Now, foreshadowing is where an author mentions something or hints at something that may happen later in the story. Now, because Anne's writing nonfiction and it's kind of like an autobiography, she doesn't know that she's foreshadowing. She's not doing it on purpose, but it just happens to work out that way. So when she has visions of Lise, possibly in the concentration camp, that is just an eerie foreshadowing of what comes to happen. There aren't really flash forwards because she's not psychic, but she is hopeful, so I'll put that in parentheses. She talks about what they might do after the war. Remember, she compares after the war to like a dream in the castle, but we don't have any true flash forwards, okay? The exposition should be pretty easy. That was on the first quiz that we had. We know the place is Amsterdam, Holland, Netherlands, but I don't have room for that. Okay. The time is World War II. If you want to be more specific, the diary is from 1942 to 1944. Okay, the characters. Clearly, Anne is the main character. It's her diary. Secondary characters would be Margot. And actually, we're gonna fill this out in more detail on the next activity. So I'm just gonna put inhabitants of the annex. The mood, we know it's kind of that melodramatic So I'm going to put anxious and hopeful. And we know the point of view is first person because it's an autobiography. She's writing her journal entries. Diary entries, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here because I have a visitor.